So, in case you haven't figured out what's going on here, okay, we're going to flip the script, okay? Instead of you recluse, single, middle aged shut ins trolling us relentlessly, we're going to troll you relentlessly. We're going to get all your stuff, read it online. We're literally, we are going to do to you every single thing you've done to other people. And we got our shit together, man. We got our ducks in a row, and we are going to wear your asses out. And believe it or not, uh, I sort of do feel a little bit of like just, I just kind of feel a little bit bad picking on you for being a recluse shut in. Rich, new buck, and angry little one leg day. And the rest of you recluse, single, middle aged shut ins, held up in your little 1 bedroom apartments with nothing to do. I mean, I got my homemade shop I can go play in when I got nothing going, and or I can get on my Harley and rev it up and tickle me butthole, man. That baby, woo, woo, pretty good. Don't got to put my finger there or nothing. But anyway, Rich and little leg day tour. I really do feel a little bit sorry for you guys because when I realized I had married a raging alcoholic and left, I was in an apartment for about 10 months. And I know how bad it sucks being in an apartment, a 1 bedroom apartment, because like I said here, okay, I can get up, get me a cup of coffee, maybe do something around my house. Like I could paint a room any color I want because it's mine. I could like put stuff on the walls, maybe put in a new window, something. Or let's see, I could go out in the yard, do some stuff around the yard, mow the grass, weed whack, plant some stuff, trim the rose bush, that sort of thing, right? Or I can come out here in my shop, put some more hop up parts on my Power Stroke, play with my Harley, mess around with the dirt bikes, whatever. A lot of stuff going on. Tinker with my MG, finally get motivated enough to get my hot rod running. I mean, all that stuff. I mean, I got lots of stuff that can keep me busy. But I remember what it was like when I was in that drab little. Now, my little drab little 1 bedroom apartment was a little better than yours, New Buck. Mine was a first floor. It wasn't on the second floor with a knee wall. I was actually on a first floor apartment. So I kind of had that going for me, right? And I wasn't afraid of who I saw in the mirror like you are. So I had that going for me. I was a little bit depressed because I had escaped a loveless marriage that just was a tragedy. My first wife had a brain aneurysm, ended up getting addicted to her medication. And I mean, she just really fell apart. And, I finally, got the courage to divorce her when my kids were old enough that I felt like it really wasn't going to hurt them too bad. And then, I meet somebody right away, like a dumbass, rebound relationship, fell head over heels. And here she was an unmitigated alcoholic. I mean, this woman would pound a 6-pack on her way to work. And she had hid that. And then it wasn't until I started living with her that I realized, oh my God, I am with an alcoholic. And just as I was ready to leave, she's pregnant. And I ain't going to get too far off in the weeds with that, but I got out of there. So I was depressed about that, right? And I'm in my little apartment and can't do anything. Can't go outside. Can't play with the flower bed. Can't wash my car, vacuum it, do any of that stuff, right? And so I know how bad it sucks. And I think that's a little bit why New Buck, why you get so over invested and obsess over people on the internet. So what we got to do is we got to kind of dress you up into today's, bring you out of 20 years ago and get you into some, the way you should look and act today, right? Maybe get you some more modern clothing, get you a 2024 haircut instead of a 1980s haircut. And there is a snowball's chance in hell we could get you hooked up with a woman. I know you think that it's impossible. I get it. The rejection sucks. And I'm sure you've had a lot of that. So I kind of understand your fear and actually going out and talking to real people. I think that's why you stick to just e-friends, right? Because like real relationships are too hard sometimes. And I thought about what does a middle-aged recluse single shut-in do on a holiday weekend? And Isaac, I'll work out a plan for you soon enough. Your case is going to be a little tougher than Rich's because, I'll be honest, he's not New Buck's not a really terribly bad looking guy. I mean, if we just fixed him up a little bit, there's a chance he could get a fat girl. I mean, there is a chance. But with you being bald and foul-mouthed and uneducated, it's going to be a little tougher. Criminal record and all that, So we'll work on a plan for you as soon as we get Rich doctored up here and get him out of that drab little second-story knee wall apartment he's in. Now, what are your plans for this weekend, Rich? Are you going to just cruise around the net and check some stuff out on the net? Maybe go jump on some live streams with the same 12 people and tell the same exaggerated stories about your past and talk smack about all the other YouTubers you're jealous of. And then, go to the next live stream and do the exact same thing. And then go to the next live stream and do the exact same thing. I mean, is that your plans for the weekend? Because if that's the case, we need to change them. I mean, here are some suggestions. Okay. You could put out your Cash App, see if somebody will get you some gas money. And you could go down to that motorcycle track where Nasty Habit works mowing the grass. And with him working there, if he still works there, because I think you guys kind of connected, you and him. I think you and him kind of had like your relationship could have actually fostered into a real world relationship. Because when he was on your podcast, he was so enthusiastic and he just talked nonstop for 2 hours. So I really think you and him could have connected in real life. So that's one thing you could do, right? You could buzz down there to that track where Nasty Habits mowed the grass. And if he still works there, he could probably get you a discount to get in. And then I'll bet you he could pull enough strings, you could actually walk around that track and talk about how you used to ride back in the day. Okay, so there's one thing you could do on this holiday weekend, rather than just, stay home, stay up there in that little drab apartment and just cruise around the net and hang out with your e-friends talking the same shit you talk every night. There's one. And it's like breaking the ice. Okay. Once you do it, every time you go outside, it gets easier and easier and easier. And then pretty soon your confidence starts to come up and come up and come up, right? Now, something else you could do is go to one of the local bars where all the neighborhood drunks hang out and just stay there till closing time. And maybe there's going to be some drunk chick at the bar. You know, I mean, you'd be like Johnny Gobble. You're banging that, you know, you'd be getting you some. That could happen. But we got to get you out of that apartment, dude. And we've got to get you to where you have some other interest in life besides hiding behind an avatar on some boring ass live stream talking about all the other people you're jealous of. Right? But you let me know if I can help in any way, I will. There are a lot of women I went to high school with that had the hots for me that are single now, and they're always sending me messages on Facebook. And, you know, a lot of them are pretty tubby, but I mean, you can't set your sights too high at this point. You know, I mean, time's running out for you, dude. Pretty soon you're going to be 50 and single, and the next thing you know, you'll be 60 and single. I mean, the time goes quick. I mean, just think, you guys have been slobbering over your jealousy of me for almost 2 years now. Look how quick that time went by. So it won't be long, dude. You're going to have a decade behind you in that little drab 1-bedroom apartment. And we got to fix that. And we need to start today. So I want you to log off that live stream you're on and go ahead and open up a word editor. And I want you to like type out what your plans were this weekend and then email it to me at my Psychobabble Rap email and let me go over them, make some revisions, and I'll email it back to you. And let's get it started today, dude. Let's get you plugged back into life. And little angry one leg day, we'll work on something for you. It might be over my head. We might have to bring in, like, you know, some professional help and all that. Maybe look at getting you a toupee to go with your prosthesis. And you've got to work on your temper and your anger issues. And then get your driver's license back and get your court fines paid. And how long you still, when's your probation over? And does your probation officer know you like are out here threatening people and stuff? Because I wouldn't want to see you get in any trouble. But anyway, we'll work on you, dude. I'm going to have to really put some thought in how we find you a woman and get you out of that drab 1-bedroom apartment where you spend your every waking moment. Okay. You could end up exactly like Rich Newbuck if you're not careful. You could be his age doing what he's doing. And I don't want that for you, dude. I don't. So get those weekend plans out to me, Rich. Let me make some revisions and let's get your life underway. Okay. Psychobabble, oh, Psychobabble.